Hello learners, welcome back to yet another tutorial. Today we're talking about, or we are summarizing the first generation computers. Good. First generation computers, as we said earlier on, they are the first generation computers exist between the year 1940 and 1956 and use vacuum tubes. Use vacuum tubes as their main piece of technology. This generation of computers we are talking about are very heavy and they are very large. They cover a very big amount of space. If you remember when we were talking about ENIAC and all other first generation computers, we learned that some weigh about 30 tons. Yes, so they're very heavy and they took amount of space. These machines are also covering, let's say, their space measurement will be an entire room or entire room. They are so heavy and they can occupy the entire room. First generation computers use a huge amount of electricity power. They generate a lot of heat. Because they use a lot of power, they generate a lot of heat, which cause them to malfunction sometimes. When even your laptop now, if you are using it for a very long period of time, it generates heat, and if it continues, you don't turn it off for it to cool down and what have you, it can spoil, because the overheating makes the machine spoil and it creates a lot of problem. So during the first generation computers, this was their main problem. They were so huge, cover entire space, and then they take a huge amount of electricity power that causes them to become very hot, or they generate heat and sometimes become malfunction. Now let's continue. Still on first generation computers, they are unable to perform multiple tasks at a time. So those computers you are using now that I can record, I can play music, I can do this, I can do that at the same time on my computer now, then you can do that. You're supposed to do one thing at a time. When they say you're going to do calculation, yours is to do 10 times 10 plus 5. That's what the computer is doing for now. You can't do anything else. But now you can do so many things at the same time. So this means that they perform one task or solve one problem at a time. Yes, I said it. They process data slowly. So now you have computer that you can just type something and then you see the result. You can forward message, you can receive. Then it wasn't like that. They can take a long period of time to process a simple data. So as the time goes, you see that there was a lot of changes in the computer world. Now let's talk about some examples of the first generation computers. First one here is what? UNIVAC. Maybe you heard it before. Have the EDVAC, have the ENIAC, have the IBM 1, the IBM 701, have the Manchester Mark 1. Good. So the EDVAC, or the electronic discrete variable automatic computer, was one of the earliest electronic computer. Unlike its processor, the ENIAC, so we have the ENIAC before the EDVAC, if I may say. So unlike the predecessor, which is the ENIAC, it was binary rather than decimal, and was designed to be a stored program computer. So ENIAC was the first computer actually designed, followed by the EDVAC. And the EDVAC, what it does is that it was designed to be a stored program computer. It works with what? Decimal rather than binary, work with decimal numbers. But now we have computers that work with binary. That was 0 and 1s. So I was explaining that when you type A on the computer don't usually see A. It sees it at what? Binary, maybe zeros and 1. If you type 1 on the computer don't see it as 1. It sees what? 0, 0, 0, 1. If you type 2, it sees it as what? 0, 0, 1, 0. That's 2. So if you type 3 on the computer, it becomes 0, 0, 1, 1. So that's how the digital computers work with the binary, but then they work without decimal. So it takes a lot amount of space and time to process. Good. So this is what ENIAC. The ENIAC was the first. As you can see, I talk about the space. You see, very big house. It's a full. I don't know. The whole ENIAC is just like a house, as you can see. They are using the computer. What you are seeing right now is that they are using the computer. Not now that you sit with your computer, sit with a laptop, and then type something on it and say that I'm designing or I'm listening to music or I'm playing something. But then you see that they really suffered. This thing, you can't carry it. Yes, just built at one particular place for it to process data. Very huge. Good. Now let's talk about the ENIAC. The ENIAC was the Universal Automatic Computer. Universal Automatic Computer. As you can see, this one, they started reducing the size, and it was built by the Eckert-Moschly Computer Corporation. Yes, it's another one, the IBM 701. More or less like the ENIAC. To also start processing data, that's like the electronic data processing machine known as the defense calculator, was in development. So this particular machine is mostly for calculations. Then there were time for war. When they are going to war, in fact, we even learned that the ENIAC was designed just because of war. They want to calculate how to launch a missile. Yes, so ENIAC come as a result of people trying to attack, or the army, the US Army planning to attack during the World War. Good. That was why they generate a computer. But now, as they keep on developing it, keep on graduating, it becomes very useful in our days. Good. The Manchester too was there. So this was also a computer working like the ENIAC. Then was designed at the Manchester and developed in there Manchester University. That was in the year 1984. This machine was developed and is in operation over there, but now we don't use any of this. We see all the tubes and the cells. There are plenty devices before one computer worked, which is appalling, you know. But now, thanks to the computer world and science, we're able to graduate to a very portable computer which you can hold even in your palm. Call it to have a computer. Good. So do this short exercise for me before we continue. Number 1. The first generation of computers use definition. A. Vacuum tubes. B. Vacuum tunnels. C. Vacuum plates. Then we have number 2. The size of the first generation computers were just as the recent version of the computers. True or false? You should be able to tell me that. Then the last one is, what is the full meaning of the following abbreviations? Hope you've seen the abbreviations in the previous slide. Good. These abbreviations are there. You can go back and check. Do the work for me nicely. You have ENIAC, EDVAC, and UNIVAC. Do the work. You can pause the video and do the work for me. Make sure you submit your work. See you in the next tutorial. So this is all about the first generation computers. We'll be coming your way with more tutorials. Subscribe. Bye. Put your questions down.